Hey guys, it's Thursday again. Strangely enough, week went by pretty fast. Just in case anyone cares, this is about as light as I can get, as dark as I can get it in here. Because for some reason, the lighting in this house just makes me want to look like a vampire. Whatever. So this week's topic is childhood and how we knew. I honestly don't want to spend too much time on my childhood just because, honestly, I can't really remember much of it. I'm apparently signed into Skype now. Anyway, I'm sorry. My childhood, I'll just do a brief overview. I was very femme, but looking back, I did that in a very boy as girl way, like a drag queen would. It was just very played up, and I did it because it was fun. Not because that's how I really was. I didn't really form my own gender identity until maybe when I was 13 or so, when I really started noticing that, oh, that's something I kind of gotta do. Um, so yeah, I was really just genderless for, um, if that helps, none. Oh, there we go. I was really genderless for pretty much all of my elementary school years and going into like the first half of middle school or so. Um, just because honestly, I don't really know why that was. It was probably just a combination of I didn't notice that I had to. I just kind of took things for granted. Like people would call me a girl, and I'd just be like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna go like play with my Barbies now. See ya. Um, I never really thought about it. So it's one of the things I kind of realized very recently that looking back on my childhood, I didn't do girly in a girl way. I did it like a boy would. I liked boys like a boy. Um, Things like that. And that's one of the things that I don't really even bother talking about my childhood with people, so I'm not going to go into much more detail. As for how I knew, um, this whole like process started for me in about 8th grade when I met my first girlfriend. And that was just kind of like, oh, I like girls. But I didn't really identify as lesbian for very long because that didn't fit me. Um, but I, but it just comes back to like I was raised knowing about gay and lesbian, but not really much else. And I was just like, well, people call me a girl, and I like girls, so I must be a lesbian then, right? And I just kind of left it at that. But then I started going to a youth group, an LGBT youth group here in town, and I met a couple of trans guys there. Two were the facilitators, and I soon met two more. And they're my buddies. I love them. They're awesome. And it's kind of because of them that I just was really starting to talk to them, and they didn't directly do anything, but they did kind of get me thinking about that kind of stuff. They made me realize that there was things out there besides what I now know as being cisgender. Um, as for like how I knew, that's kind of how I figured it out. Like how I knew, oh, I actually can answer this. I was kind of flirting with it. I was just like flitting around, just like, well, I don't know that I didn't really know how to place everything. But one night I was at a dinner, and I was with my mom, and she had for some reason dragged me to dinner with a friend of hers, and I had nothing to do. So I was just sitting there, and they were talking about me. And it was she upon she upon she. I was getting so pissed, I felt like I was going to throw my burrito at them. But I didn't, because that'd be a waste of a burrito. So yeah, Jesus, it's so bright in here. Anyway, I'm sorry. So yeah, that just kind of really did it. That single moment, I just sat there and I was just like, damn, I really can't stand that. And that had been happening for a while. I just got so irrationally pissed. At least I thought it was irrational at the time. I just got so pissed at people when they called me she. So at my youth group, I kind of tested it out. I started, because in our introductions, we do those every week. We say our PGP, our preferred gender pronoun. And I started saying he, and that just kind of fit. And, yeah, everything just kind of fell into place for about 2 years or so, where I was just a boy, and that's it. But a while later, that stopped fitting, of course, because nothing can be that easy. And that was when I discovered the lovely world of genderqueer. Yeah, fun stuff. And that was really great for me because I tried being all masculine and boyish, and I was just like, but I don't wanna. And through the help of, I did mention these people in my, in a previous video. The role models, male role models. Joji Victor Gray. I discovered him online. I actually just wrote about him in English class. He is he's just very effeminate, and he kind of indirectly taught me that I don't have to be, manly man to be a man, which was really good for me. Because I was starting to get just really unhappy with feeling like I had to identify as man, and that's it. If you're gonna be a trans man, you have to be a man, which I now know to be totally false. As for some advice, I realized that I haven't been giving much advice on these things, and I'm terribly sorry. But, of course, I always leave my info in the info box, so if you guys ever have any questions, just feel free. I have no life. I'm always on the internet. I don't know what advice I can really offer for this. I mean, it's not like I can give you guys a worksheet that says, okay, here's the criteria. If you fit these, then you're trans. It doesn't really work that way. Just kind of takes soul searching, honestly, internet searching. Just kind of look stuff up. Watch the videos on this channel. Just like go on Tumblr. On a few, there are a few Tumblr, blogs that, there are quite a few about this kind of stuff. And just kind of start trying to notice things about yourself. If you are like me and never really thought about it, it's kind of weird when suddenly everything seems wrong and you realize that that's because you never paid attention to yourself. You just kind of let things go. And it really, for some people, it takes place over years and years and years and years of unhappiness and what the hell is wrong with me, and let's try this, no, that's not working. And for some people, it can be overnight. In my case, it took about 4.5 years, which, it's very quick. But when it comes to stuff like this, it seems longer. I don't know why. I guess the clocks don't work with dysphoria. I will link a few of those Tumblr blogs in case there are a few trans guys out here who aren't terribly connected with other trans guys. Yeah, some Tumblr, some DeviantArt. And again, there's me. I mean, I'm obviously not going to be sitting here playing the role of the psychologist, just like, ah, yes, yes, yes. So, when you're 5, ah, yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, and your parents, and yeah, the Oedipus complex. No, I'm not going to do that, although I will pretend that I have a monocle and feel fancy. So yeah, I'm sorry that I was completely over the map with this, but I don't know, maybe these chips are distracting. They're delicious. I've had a whole 2. Oh well. They're like crack that makes you go slower. So, yeah, stuff in the info bar. And I will see everyone next week. It's been lovely, as usual. And bye-bye.